question before becoming one of you guys. Is
I think it was around the same time, I mean, roughly.
Yeah, the others. All right.
Right.
So, if you're making so much money on Amazon, why are you here on?
Because it's all a scam.
Because Amazon doesn't work.
Add some like money just falling on it. No.
So yeah,
really, that's it.
Yeah, actually.
I mean, I first got the thought to do the personal brand thing because of Gary Vee. You know, like at the time, the prior year before that, he'd been pushing really, really hard on like build a personal brand. You know, do this. You know, that. I feel like this became like an iconic gesture.
Yeah.
You know, and he was just so big on it, and it was bubbling up in my head for honestly a year and a half before I ever did pick up the camera. Like I have like test vlogs from like back then and stuff, unreleased.
So why did I? Well, one, everybody that wants to start a business, there's so much learning that goes into the process, and I know how to do it all. And I was sitting there, and it was like I just had this giant windfall of cash and everything, and it's like I did so much things that like I was successful because I read all the rules and stuff, and I had to go through all this research, and it was like, what if I just share this? Like even like 7-8 figure sellers right now, they're not doing everything right. And like I like have my hands in every part of the business. I come from mathematical, legal, business, like computer science, that whole side of it. I was like, I could share these, like everybody I talk to, I provide value to. Like
I'm usually not this drunk.
Okay, let's do this. David, since you popped out of nowhere and you're drunk,
all right, we got another YouTuber here.
here's the question of this video. Why do Amazon FBA sellers become YouTubers?
Okay, so here's what breaks it down. A lot of Amazon FBA sellers, like, they'll start vlogging, you know, they'll start documenting their journey and everything. But at the end of the day, a lot of them, it really comes down to the story. And I feel like a lot of people like lack that. And like they try and like correspond the story, like they want to be somebody, you know what I mean? They want to like go out there, like share a mission, they want to be somebody else. But at the end of the day, like, it's like, are you any different than anybody else? Like, you're just trying to sell a course. So I feel like a lot of other people, like, listen, like us and Brock and everybody else out here, like we have a goal essentially, right?
Yeah.
Like, not many of us just came here to sell a course. Like, we've been on Amazon.
Anyways, like, so that just got in my head. And I wasn't exactly sure why, but eventually it just seemed like, you know what, I do have to do this. Especially seeing like my experience with Amazon and actually doing it, and then looking at what was actually working on YouTube, and just being like, wow, like I can come into this space and be completely different than what's currently out there on YouTube, with my level of experience and my different outlook and my just. If I will give myself one compliment, it would be just that, you know, I just try to be real about things, and not over the top, hype, crazy, all that. So I saw opportunity there, and but really it was that with the Gary Vee thing, I thought it was just that I wanted to build this audience because I thought that 5 years down the road, I don't know how, but this will be a great thing to have people that care about what I'm doing, are interested in me as a business person, and it will lead to something of some kind of ROI. And I kind of just believed in that, and I had no other plan when I first picked up the camera, and I believed in it so much that I even went into the red. I was paying for video edits on my very first video, despite the fact that it was obviously gonna generate zero money.
So why don't
and so it was like 10, like every single person, like at the beginning or the very top level, I literally in 3 to 5 minutes, like boom, here's something that massively changes your business or adds to your ROI. And it was like that. And then I went on a webinar with Brian Burt, because like he just, like I was messaging him, asking him a question at one point, and I went on that with him, and he's like, everybody loved it. And so everybody loved it, and like I love talking and helping people. And so that happened, and then it was like, well, I could just get my info for everybody. So I did that. Okay. And then I was like, okay, great. And so like everybody wants to make their life better. I could help do that. I have my big long-term vision, and like part of being happy is building a business to get you freedom. And then, but also, like, so many people are stuck even at that 7-8 figure level that I talk to, that they're just chasing money. So it was like, well, how can I give information, help everybody, and build a brand and everything around helping people?
Yeah.
And that's why I did it, because I'm like helping people's lives.
Brock, how long have you been on Amazon for?
3.5 years.
3.5 years. Brox, how about you?
Who?
Brox.
Brax. Sammer Brax! Sorry, become one of me.
Wait, Sammer Brox.
Brax,
Same
yeah.
shit. Yeah.
Year and a half.
Yes.
It's same shit though.
Simmer!
Yeah. Like that's what I'm saying. It's just like people like us, like we've been there, we've done that. We've been in the trenches and just like at the end of the day, it like comes down to like being there, showing up.
So why do you think it's a thing? Like, there's a lot of Amazon FBA sellers that become YouTubers.
I mean, to me, it's almost like a more interesting question to ask why business people become personal brands. Mm-hmm. Can I answer that? Because, like, I think that if I look at myself as somebody who aspired through entrepreneurship and now I've reached some level of moderate achievement where some people think I have it all figured out and I still look at people and think they have it figured out. But the thing that the people that I look at and get my stuff from, well, what do they all have in common? The fact that I was looking at them, the fact that I was listening to them, the fact that they would recommend things and I would do it. And that, to me, was very powerful in terms of like the things I want to build over decades to come. And I just thought having that audience would allow something to occur, whether I'd launch a business in 5 years that I want people to know about or things like that. But I mean, I think why most do it is like there's back to like, let me like get out of the clouds and back into like the Amazon world, is that like there is massive ROI in starting a YouTube channel as an Amazon seller, as an affiliate marketer, as whatever way you're making money online. And it's that you make well, there's tons of little ways we can talk about how it actually can be monetized in ways that are not manipulating your audience, but actually serving them and like, you know, helping them, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. There are ways to monetize without manipulating, just by serving and giving value and actually helping people. But I do think that, you know, there's other ROI. There's ROI in the people you will meet through having a YouTube channel. The fact that we're sitting here in this Jungle Scout mansion and we're filming videos and we're doing all this crazy stuff. I mean, this came out of having personal brands. This came out of picking up the camera, feeling uncomfortable and talking at it and posting it on the internet for strangers to look at and leave weird comments. That's where it all came from. Yeah. So there's ROI in financial aspects, but there's more so there's ROI in relationships. Like, and that's something that sounds so sort of like cliche to probably a lot of people that like don't get it, but like, yeah, I mean, it's just true. There's just so much ROI in like the people I've met. My entire circle of friends and entrepreneur friends has completely changed. I mean, I was like an entrepreneur recluse for years, and now I have, you know, a lot of other semi-big name YouTube entrepreneurs. Just like, you know, I can just text them for advice or somewhere we just, you know, meet up. Or, you know, it's.
So why are you doing it? What's your goal, or what's your?
My goal is like literally to help like a lot of people, and just to get the fuck out of here.
Out of where?
Just like whatever I'm doing, like I want to help a lot of people, like everybody that's listening right now, like everybody that's listening right here, like I want to help people, I want to get them to reach their goals and everything, but like at the end of the day, it's just like everybody has their own internal goals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, do you give me permission to post this?
No, just fucking post it, dude. I don't give a fuck.
If he's drunk and he says that, that means, you know, he's good, because he's got nothing to hide.
Goal, and what's your vision with your personal brand and with your channel?
So I, like, at the end of the day, I literally am trying to help people decide and become aware of what they want to do with their life, and that they're not just chasing money or like physical things like that society wants us. So help people become aware of what they truly want to live a happy life, and then building tools out so that they can live that life that they actually want to live. So know what you actually want and would make you happy, and then now work towards that without, like, you know, some people get stuck and they get all the way up to 100 million. It's like, oh, that wasn't what I wanted. It doesn't make me happy. And then they got to start all over again. And so help people, you know, from tactically there, but then also physical product brands like that, and then software like that.
So how do you prevent that, or how do you help them figure that out?
How do I help them figure that out? Well, you tell them, and that probably won't work. So, well, how can I use, like, there's like psychological ways to, like, much more effectively get a point across to someone and say money won't make you happiness. That did shit for you right there. But if I can share my experience and show you through imagery and whatnot, and a lot of questions over time, maybe you'll realize it at $300,000 a year instead of $100 million, and then go to a therapist. Like the speaker.
Which has been the theme of this weekend.
The theme of this weekend is that the happiest person that I met here was not making, I don't know how much he was making. He had one product, he's happy, and he loved it, and he loved even responding to the angry customers, and he's got the happiness right there already. And guess what? He didn't need to, he just needed enough to freedom and to travel and to, like, be working and, like, enjoy every minute of his life, and he's happy. Boom. You don't need to make millions. You do, like, so it's like how can I, you know, just, you got to figure it out yourself, but, like, make it happen faster.
Yeah. So you're teaching them how to do it.
Yeah, I'll give you, like, what you want to know to, like, make a lot of money, but, so, like, the whole time I'm going to remind you, like, you got to make, like, find a way to do it that you love it.
So what's your vision with your channel, or where do you see it going?
So, I mean, ever since the beginning, like, I did not want to be seen as just Amazon FBA. To me, business it really is like a means to an end. Like, we're not in business just to do business. Something I've been saying is, it's like, we're all on a path to, like, something, right? Like, why do you want to be rich? Like, you don't want to be rich just to be rich. You want to be rich to blank. You want to, you know, have less financial stress. You want to be able to do X, Y, Z. You want to be able to go here, do this lifestyle. You want to be able to do impactful things. Like, so for me, it's, like, more about the journey of, like, bettering yourself in every way. Like, I'm obsessed with, like, health and biohacking, all that type of stuff. So, like, to me, that's, like,
you got me into.
Yeah,
a tiny bit.
Yeah, you'll get there. The cult initiation is after the camera's off. But yeah, for me, it's like it's all a piece of the same thing. That's why, like, to me, I almost feel like I don't have much in common with the person that, like, wants to get rich and build a business, but, like, they've never given any thought to, like, the bigger picture of their life, kind of. And, like, well, why do they even want to be rich? And like, oh, so you want to be rich, but you want to go, like, you know, basically poison your body by doing all kinds of other stuff. And it's just like, well, that seems completely incongruent for me. So back to vision for my channel, I think it'd be to be able, I'd like to just be me. I mean, I think that's, like, the ultimate dream for me, is to have a large audience where I can just be me and people hopefully care about it and get value out of it. I don't want it to just be entertainment to, hey, I'm walking around right now, but I want it to be valuable, but, like, I really just want to be authentic and be myself and talk about what I'm drawn into, whether that's a very lucrative business opportunity or some wacky health thing that I think is going to make me feel better or sleep better or have more energy or whatever, or maybe it's just like, I read this book last week and it was really cool, and that's kind of the direction I would eventually like to go, is to be well-rounded with it. But yeah, I'd like to have a massive following. I want to grow my following massively, because it's not about the numbers or the money, but money does mean impact. Numbers do mean impact. It does allow you to have a bigger lever to actually do things and create things and make things happen in the world. So those are some of the reasons I want both money and audience. It's part of the same path. Yeah. What about you?
I don't know. Most of the time, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going with the flow, and if I'm happy with it, I just do it. And, like, we talked to Ryan, and he's like, I don't know where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
And you're saying almost the same thing sometimes.
Yeah. If that sounded like I know where I'm going with this, I don't.
Yeah. Like, it gets a bit overwhelming sometimes, because I look at you and you have your stuff straight, and you're like, this is what I like, this is what I want to do. And I'm like, oh shit, I don't know what I want to do. But then I talk to you, and you're like, I'm not too sure either.
Yeah, but that's just being you, and that's what you have to do. Like, if that's how you feel, say that. Like, where you get problems is, like, when you're being the guru. You know, like, hey guys, like this is how you do it. And, like the more like somebody acts like they know everything, the less they probably actually know. Like I don't know everything. I almost said I don't know anything. I know some things. Yeah. I don't know everything. Yeah. And yeah, when somebody asks like they know everything, they like that's a red flag to me that they probably either have other motives or they don't really know what they're talking about, but they need to prop up. They either are trying to sell or trying to have ego or you know all these other things.
Talking about selling. Why did you decide to sell the course to your audience? Because I'm sure someone's going to ask, or that's...
Right, because, well, yeah, back to the beginning scam. No, like, that, I mean, the true honest reason to that is that people asked for it. Like, people wanted it. People want to pay to have it all in one place, to get it from a source that they personally resonated with, through a path that was different than what was out there, which was the way that I'm talking about it. And people were just straight up asking for it, saying I should do it, saying they would pay for it, saying they wanted more than just what I do on YouTube, because YouTube is free flowing, it's this conversation, whereas a course is a structured step-by-step, here's the path. If you want to do this, you have to do this, this, and this, and then you do that. And it's very different than the format I would just naturally sort of have a conversation in. Whereas like on a lot of levels, I think the stuff that I say freely is more valuable. I would say like I think like the box to put this all in is the real thing, and the tactics, the things like, you know, not that they're not important, but the high level, you know, but the step by step, people that are just starting out, people that have never done this before, people that just want a little extra guidance. There's nothing wrong with that, and if you can pay for that, and you can get it all in one place, or if you do it all for free, great. But if you pay for it, I think there's interesting psychological aspects to paying for something too. Like we paid a lot of money to come to this event,
and we're not sleeping to take advantage of every minute.
Right, and like, if this event was free, would we have even flown here?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe not. But the fact that like we invested a good chunk of money, VIP, and we're like, you know, we have like, you know, we're getting up early to get there on time, and like, you know, when you invest in something, like now you kind of are committed.
All right, before you are excused to leave, where can they find you?
Matt Loberstein everywhere. Pop it up because nobody knows how to spell my name. Right there. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook page, personal group, all that stuff. Twitter, if you're the one person that uses Twitter. I don't really use Twitter, but I have one. Yeah.
All right, so go check him out.
Yeah.
Go talk to him, message him, and ask him any question you want. And thank you very much. You are excused.
Yeah, dude. Thank you.
Go subscribe to this guy, Rob Johnson. Go subscribe to this guy. He's gonna love this video.
Yeah, make sure you're subscribed to Sam
and Brax. Don't forget about Sam Brax. This is the guy.
Let's go. All right, let's end this video. Yeah, so subscribe to this channel because I don't know what's going on. Just subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.